Hi, welcome to Soss Furniture Bargain. My name is Ssali, and today I'll be putting together a 5-tier heavy-duty storage rack. Some of these racks are mostly used in garages, and matter of fact, I have some in my own store. So we'll go ahead. What we're going to do ahead is we open up the boxes, and the tools of the day that I'm going to use, obviously the box cutter, because you got to cut the box, and you can also use the hammer. And also the other option is basically I'm going to use two tools, but the other option is the mallet. So the first thing we do is cut the box open, take out all the pieces, and make sure you got all the pieces. We got to have 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We start by separating all the pieces. Now, separate the separate the long pieces with the short pieces. Pa, 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 pa. We're gonna have 5 of these boards, which we do, and then we gotta have 4 of these, but apparently 2 of them already fell out. But I'm gonna show you how to put it together, if in case you don't have any of these. So we're gonna start off from the bottom all the way up to the top. So I normally start off with the shorter ones. You hammer it in, and then you go off to the other side. Oh, by the way, something I had to show you guys is that's how you're supposed to set that, because the wood has to sit right on top. But if you do it like this, then you'll be doing it wrong. So we use the hammer so that it can sit right in there. So basically the sides just go right in there and they hook right in there at the bottom. So all right, I'll just go ahead and hook up the board. The board, see? The board just sits right in there. And we are done with the bottom shelf. we jump on right onto the next shelf. That's what I use to measure it, to make sure that it's lined up. If you don't measure it, you can use a tape measure too. So you have to make sure that all of these are lined up right, because if you don't, then you're gonna get a mismatch. All right, right there. Yep. It's easier once you get the sides. It's easier for you to get there, to get this, because it just lines up by itself. And then we get the hammer. We get to hammer it in. And then we get the board. So now these is where the part where these are supposed to go. Right here. You're supposed to hook them up right here. I'll show you real quick. And then you grab these to connect it. Kind of like it connects the top from the bottom. But since we don't have enough of these, I'm going to show you how we're going to do it. So what you normally do is you just line this up right here. The bottom piece, you hook it up right here and right there. Right there. And then you do the same thing on the other side. Hook it up, hook it up. And then grab this. Make sure you don't hammer it in. You're just hooking it up and let it just sit. And you just let it sit. Just let it sit in there. And then you grab this and then you just slide it right in there. And then do the same thing on the other side, slide right in there. And then you get your hammer and you hammer it in. And you hammer it in. So this is going to be able to hold the top and the bottom at the same time. And then once you do that, you do the same thing on the other side too. Have the hammer close to you as you're doing that. Oh, I almost made a mistake. Yep, slide it in. Do the same thing on this side, slide it in. Yep. And then do the same thing on this side. All right. And then do the same thing on this side. All right. All right, make sure they're lined up in there. And then we're gonna hammer all of them in. All right. And then we'll grab the board. We'll set it in. You gotta be gentle when you're putting the top ones in. All right, so now that the top ones are going in, I'll just go ahead and finish the whole thing real fast. So these just goes all the way up top. All righty. All right, that goes up top, that goes up top. And voila, it's all done. And then see, I didn't even need to use these. You know, if you have them, it's better to use them, but this is just an in case the box is open and they fell out, because most of the times, whenever we get boxes like these, most of the time, these are the only items that always fall out. Yep, and there it is. It was all done. You can test it out. Each one of these shelves holds about 8,000 pounds. So that's why they call them heavy duty. They're great for shops and garages. Yep. And I hope to see you with more videos, as we'll be putting together a whole lot of items.